So, now that we just finished up our Justin.tv interview, I wanted to get an experience of what it feels like to be Justin.tv. And, so usually you interview someone and then on the car ride home, you're like, oh man, the interview fucking sucked, whatever, but like no one can hear it, right? Because you don't have a camera. So today, Jim Trammell and I are going to talk about what the interview was like being filmed while filming.
Nice.
So what did you think about it? How do you think it went?
I think it went pretty well. You looked very comfortable on camera as usual, but it was great to see the perspective of you being interviewed by a guy without interviewing you, without there just being a ton of cameras around. It was kind of neat.
Yeah. It was like pretty mellow, right? It was just like us being interviewed. Okay, I'm actually turning this off because you are already cameraing us, so we don't need to be on camera.
Double cameras.
But anyway, yeah, it was interesting. To be honest, I thought Justin was like super nice. I think he's onto something really cool with people documenting their lives. I'm not sure that his life is necessarily the most exciting one that should be documented, but but I think it's pretty cool that he's letting people get an inside glimpse into just a regular person's world, and I also think it's cool that other people find it so fascinating. I mean, this is really...
There was really no chatter going on. I mean, he's got a little a chat board that you can post messages while he's on camera, but nobody was really talking. I went in, there were 133 people watching.
Cool.
And before the interview started, there were 30. So
oh, wow.
I think your email to social probably got 100 employees.
So basically all of Facebook.
Essentially all of Facebook was watching you, as we usually are. But yeah, so his ratings went way up thanks to Facebook, that's for sure.
Yeah, oh good.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So, I don't know, do you think he's an interesting guy, or you think, well, I don't know.
I haven't watched a ton of it. I saw him on the Today Show, which is pretty amazing that he's gathering this much media attention, but it's an interesting concept, and I'm sure they're going to be copycats, and people will do a better job than him once they get it figured out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking throw that on like a stripper or a rock star, and you got a program.
Put it on somebody's life who's a lot more exciting, or who's doing things that I don't do. I mean, he's
or an extreme sports person.
That kind of like lends the thing though. Like MTV, when they did the first season of Real World or something like that, it was probably like really boring because it was probably like actual reality. And then they saw that to get ratings, they had to almost like script. They had to pick more exciting people or script more exciting things to happen. I would actually be kind of sad if that was the direction this went in, because I think what he has going on right now is kind of pure. He's really just filming the world around him and his experiences, and when we start being like, do exciting things just to be more exciting, then we lose the whole concept of what he's going after,
Well, I guess that's kind of the argument, is do you want it to be pure, or do you want huge viewership and big ratings and people to talk about it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about him a whole lot because he went to the office today and he rode his bike, put a camera on Tommy Lee and sent him to a party with a bunch of strippers. I mean, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's what people are going to talk about. So it kind of, I could see there being two different degrees. Do you want the real, just watching normal people, or do you want to watch people who are living lives that you can't lead?
Yeah, that's interesting. So would you ever put a camera on you all the time, like with your baby or,
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I have a tough time just filming my 3-month-old, and my life is my life, and I'm pretty okay with that. I'm a pretty uninteresting guy myself, so I don't know how many people would want to watch me sitting around the house watching a Sharks game, drinking a beer in my underpants, but might be interesting to some.
Yeah, there's a website out there for it somewhere. No, I was thinking interesting that it's like watching NASCAR. Like eventually someone's going to crash.
Right.
When they do, you got to be watching. And it's like, I think that's the whole mystique of it. It's it is pure in the form that it is now. And if you did add a bunch to it or try to script it at all, I think it just eventually kills it. I mean, I think that the first version of The Real World was really interesting.
Yeah.
Now it's just another
that's
garbage
another
show.
scripted show.
Yeah, but it's just journalism versus media, right?
Yeah.
Like there's journalism, which is true journalism, is the facts recorded, right? And then media is anything goes,
right?
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm definitely going to admit that as soon as the show is over, I called like everyone I knew who was watching it to see how I did, and I even called my mom who was watching it, and she said that, you know, quote, people on the message board were writing, that was a lot less boring than the show usually is. Which I guess
I don't think we're going to be able to use this footage though, put back up. Because
I guess in internet world, being like a lot less boring is like a huge compliment. So
that's great.
I'm pretty honored to be considered like a lot less boring. But
the fact that you suck much less than...
Yeah, the fact that I suck less
I
was
think
like
that's
pretty
good.
I mean, I'm pretty flattered by that, honestly.
That's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. No, but seriously, Justin was really cool, and as a vlogger myself, I feel really supportive of what he's doing, because I think what he's capturing is pure, and I just think that what he's doing really validates this whole space, because it shows that people are interested in like the person next door and what their life is like, and that not all media, I mean, I think there definitely is a place for produced content, really well produced content, but I think it's exciting that there's also a place for, you know, just the average person living life. So I don't know. I think it's cool. Do you think you're going to tune into Justin TV again, maybe?
Yeah, so I'm more of an event-motivated guy. If I find out that he's interviewing someone cool or doing something neat, I'll tune in.
Yeah.
But just to tune in to watch him take a nap or do something else, yeah, got too much.
And I like the Facebook Diary shirt you have going on
this
here.
was not planned. Just pulled this out of the old laundry.
That's great.
I'm about Facebook all the time, Randy. You know that.
Awesome. Aw, thanks for being on our post-show interview, Raph.